Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. You are the apple of God's eye. God looks at you as special. He looks at his people as special. So remember today and every day, the Lord sees you, and he sees you as the apple of his eye. Bobby Wilson here, love to you there. I'd like to share with you just for a few minutes the name of the Lord. The name of the Lord. Have you ever thought about the meaning of your name? The meaning of a name is much more important in some cultures than others. In Scripture, the meaning of a name can tell you a lot about a specific person or the character of that person. Similarly, the name of the Lord is not just a common name. The Lord's name is meant to carry the identity, character, and actions of God. That is why Scripture tells us to call upon the name of the Lord as a means of help and comfort. God's name tells us who He is. He is God, the Creator and ruler of everything on the earth. He is the one who is above everything on the earth. He is the one who is above everything else in all the earth. That means He is more powerful and more wise than anyone else too. God's name also tells us about His character. We learned in Scripture that God is faithful, merciful, loving, and strong. His presence is a place of protection for those who follow Him. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. God's name also tells us about His actions. He rescues and saves His children. He fights for the weak, and He provides for the needy. All of these good traits are wrapped up in the name of the Lord. When we call upon His name, we are trusting and believing that God is who He says He is. What other attributes of God's character come to your mind when you think about Him? Take a moment to thank Him for who He is and all that He has done for you. God's name tells us about His character. God is merciful, faithful, loving, and strong. His presence is a place of protection for those who follow Him. It is always wise to run to God. He is a safe place. You can reflect God's character by being a place of refuge for others. If they matter to God, they should matter to you. I'd like to share with you for a few more minutes undeserved mercies. Undeserved mercies. When someone hurts you, or worse, hurts somebody that you love, revenge can seem appealing. After all, they were mean, they were selfish, they talked behind your back, they broke a vital promise, they lied about you, they criticized you, they ignored you, they did the unthinkable, they walked away. They deserve to be punished, right? To feel some of that same pain. They deserve a consequence that will not only help them learn, but will be just as severe as the inflicted wounds. And yet, because God sees things differently, both His standards and tactics can be surprising. And that's why the Apostle Paul, writing to the believers in Thessalonica, said, "See that no one pays back evil for evil, but always try to do good to each other and to all people." That's 1 Thessalonians 5:15. Paul's words sound like a lot like Jesus' words. to love your neighbor as yourself, to do to others what you liked them to do to you. That's Matthew 22:38 through 40. God's ways might not always be easy, but they can always be trusted. When we choose unforgiveness, hate and anxiety and bitterness will likely take root. But when we choose forgiveness, even though we might need to consider new boundaries, love and peace and reconciliation can flourish. So what about you? Have you ever been mean? Have you been selfish, talked behind somebody's back, broke a vital promise, lied, criticized, ignored, or done the unthinkable? Have you ever decided to give up and walk away? In our unique to us ways, we all let someone down. We've disregarded God's instruction and instead created our own instructions. We've messed up. We deserve God's wrath, but instead, He offers us His unconditional love. Because of Jesus' ultimate sacrifice, we didn't get what we deserve. And even while hanging on that cross, breathing His last earthly breaths, He cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." That's Luke 23:34. Jesus paid our evil with extreme mercy, leaving us free to conquer evil with good. So today, let's honor His sacrifice by treating others the way He treated us. Wisdom for today. Free will, though it makes evil possible, is the only thing that makes possible any love or goodness or joy worth having. Thank you for joining me on the Good News Corner. Bobby Wilson here. Love to you there. I say to you, my brothers and sisters, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace.